We started 20 years ago. We started as a secondary fund, raising our initial fund focused only on Israel, buying positions in secondaries in Israeli venture funds and in Israeli companies. And then over the years, we expanded dramatically.
We started with a small $63 million secondary fund just focused on Israel. And today we manage multiple funds across multiple strategies and geos in secondaries, fund of funds, and growth funds.
All we do is venture investing. We're investing in venture across Israel, Europe, and the US, and it's really important for our partners, the fund managers, that they have a partner that know how to talk their language.
As LPs in some of the top-tier funds in the world, we get a unique bird's-eye view to see everything that's going on in the industry.
We are working really hard for our managers, whether it's we bring our sector expertise and the data behind that, or we bring our value plus services.
Everyone who knows the Vintage team would agree that it's just an extraordinary team. They developed a value-add practice, which is extremely helpful to our companies. And their door is always open. If we need advice or support or whatever we need, we know that they'll always be there to try to help as much as they can.
The most important thing about an LP is that they're clear about what they want and don't want. Then on top of that, Vintage does have some value add that many LPs don't have. They have a real focus on Israel and the European market. They have their network of experts.
The team is made up of a group of previous operators and folks that are deeply technical, and it's extremely helpful for us to have a partner that really understands the companies that we're investing in and why we're excited about them.
Not only is Vintage incredibly strong as a limited partner with us, but even more importantly, the value they're able to bring to our portfolio companies within a US audience. What that really does is extend the breadth and the reach of our network by including the relationships that they have in the United States. Consistently, what we found, particularly in the United States with Vintage, has been their ability to add new relationships on top of ones that we already cover. And that, I would say, just has tremendous value to something that sets them apart. We've had a wonderful relationship, I think, for going on 10 years now, and we're very excited about what the next 10 years will be.
I think the trick in succession is not only building and recruiting the right people, but also knowing how to give them the space to continue to manage the business and to learn how to manage the business so that the succession, both for investors and for employees, is a simple and clear and transparent a process as possible.
As Vintage is growing in scale, it is important that the operations team is built and fit to support that growth and to give an excellent service to our LPs and partners.
Venture is a relationship business. We have deep relationships that we fostered over years with some of the best investors, entrepreneurs, and operators across the industry. We give our founders access to all of these people to help them along their journey.
We've been very lucky to have Vintage as an investor for many, many years now. And over the years, this relationship has been a very pleasant and productive one.
The way that Vintage helped Yotpo is in multiple layers. I think the first one is just like pure business. That means introduction to customers when we're doing like business development. They've also been like very, very helpful when we need to do like research. I don't know, when we looked at acquiring companies, Vintage helped us on like mapping the universe. On a deeper level, Alan, for me, has been like a super important mentor and partner on how to manage stress, how to build a company that's going to last like for the next 100 years.
Vintage has that strong reputation, not only in Israel, but also abroad, in the US, in other markets, across the entire capital value chain. And there is no other player that we're familiar with that provides that breadth and depth and kind of the personal relationship attached to it.
What's really unique about Vintage and gives us access to the best companies is our ability to identify them early using our data and also provide value via our Value Plus services.
We partner with the world's largest corporations, the Fortune 500s of the world, and help those unlock innovation and access transformative technologies and companies out there.
Vintage brings friendship where they care for my success, and Vintage brings in-depth insights, looking at the macro trends to tell me where to focus, so both I and my company and Vintage could succeed together. Happy birthday, and wish you many more good health and great success.
It's been a great a couple of decades for you, and hopefully there is so many more decades to come. So happy birthday.
For many years to come is my ambition for Vintage and for our relationship with Vintage.
My hope is that we'll continue to invest in and support fantastic founders. And I think we both have a very bright future ahead as partners.
Happy birthday to Vintage. So I just want to say a huge thank you for everything that you've done for me personally and for Yotpo as a collective. Here for the next 20 years. We will be here.
I would be remiss if I didn't wish a very happy 20th anniversary to the Vintage team and thank them for all of their contributions over the many years that we've known each other.
Happy birthday, all of you. We love you personally and as a firm, as you know. And we wish you all the best and that you will continue to be extremely, extremely successful. And hopefully you'll also continue to work with us.
Achieving 20 years in business in a very changing environment and industry, it's a clear milestone. So hats off. And my wishes for the future is just to continue to create a lot of miracles.